Welcome to The Planet Forward with Preetha. Conversations for a greener future. The place where we ignite discussions and uncover innovations driving us towards sustainability. Every episode, join your host Preetha as we explore the stories, ideas, and pioneers making a real difference in our world. Get ready to be inspired, learn, and be a part of the change that propels us forward to a greener tomorrow.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Planet Forward with Preetha, Conversations for a Greener Future. I'm your host, Preetha, and today we have a very special guest with us. Joining us is Lavanya Alagesan, the founder of Reaction Team, an incredible volunteer organization dedicated to providing support and assistance to those in need with a special focus on the Indian diaspora. Reaction Team offers a wide array of services, including education, healthcare, employment, legal aid, financial literacy, and social welfare. They also excel in emergency response, providing medical support, logistics, and strategies for emergency preparedness. Lavanya's dedication and leadership have made a significant impact on countless lives, and I'm thrilled to have her here to share her journey and insights with us. Welcome to the show, Lavanya.
Oh, thank you, Preetha. Thanks for the introduction.
Very welcome. I'm really happy to have you here today. So, I personally have known you for, I think, more than 2 years right now, and I know the kind of work you and your organization do, not just within United States, all across the world. And you have a really good, good army of, people helping you all over the world. So, first question I want to ask you is, um, can you tell us about your background and what inspired you to start the Reaction Team? What personal experiences have influenced your approach to community service and support?
That's a great question to start with, Preetha. Like every immigrant, having the dreams, having a betterment for their life and to build a very good life back home, everyone traveled here. And as always, everyone is, most of the people who is migrating from India is software engineers. And I'm not an exclusion for that. I'm also, by profession, I'm an IT architect right now, but by passion I started Reaction Team. That's how I can put it here. So Reaction Team, how it started, as you said. So being an immigrant, every NRA we would love, mother and motherland, right? So I have seen, like, I have moved here with family, the place I'm living here in 2015. So at that time, I could see any distress. Jallikattu is one of the protests that happened from my place, that is southern part of Chennai, that's Tamil Nadu. I could see like how emotionally we are connected, how emotionally we dedicated, how emotionally we miss being part of those moments, everything. And apart from that, like, next Gajapal has happened. And I remember, like, group of ladies here, we formed a team. And then, like, we just sold the food and raised near about like $5,000. So anything, with home and homeland, we are emotionally connected. So in such NRI lives, non-resident Indians life, if anything happens, what is the support system involved? And as you ask, what motivated me is, like, in 2017, I could say, like, a software engineer who came like us, for the betterment of life. He left his pregnant wife. Just he lived with her only for 3 months, newly married, and considering the betterment, he traveled here with lots of dreams. And then what happened? Like, he's supposed to, the newborn has come, and he want to leave earlier, but unfortunately, he met an accident and passed away.
Oh my
and
God.
and it was a winter time, it was the suburbs of US, and he is from Tamil community, southern part of India. And at the time, everyone wants to do something emotionally, want to connect something emotionally, want to do it. But it took more than 14 days of time for that young wife to see his lovable husband one last time. Since it was so many days, according to our custom, they should not give the keep the body for a long time. And like as soon as the body left to India, just they had very little time, to see him once. So that created something like, some space inside me. And in Tamil community, we could see like, everywhere we are connected on based on the community here, like, for our arts, culture, language, everything. But
Mm-hmm.
in distress, because when I travel here, I never think like I will have a distress situation. Similarly, everyone is, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when the distress situation is there, there is a process gap. Yes, definitely that is there. And as always, moms are our best backbones. When this incident happened, my mom and dad was here, and even my husband was working in an airline industry. So everyone was like, you are like, I was doing being, like an immigrant 2015 here. I was getting actively involved some of the other social works. So they told me, like my mom told me, if you want to do something, you should do this. Then I was thinking like, there is a process gap involved. Then I was searching, and through my husband connect, I connected with the local counselor and found that there is already a team from Indian diaspora. It's
Mm-hmm.
called Tana Team Square, was headed by Suresh Kakalla. He already helped 600 plus families like that.
Oh, wow.
So I
Okay.
reached him. As soon as I reached him, I understood that it is very easy. We can send the human remains, within 7 days. So
Oh,
that
wow.
process I want to learn and I want to give back to the community. So I took his appointment and I told to the friends who worked with me, like, during this kind of situations, and the WhatsApp, it all started like a WhatsApp group with four friends who pulled in everyone from the community to that group called NRI Emergency Response Group, and it started growing. So
Mm-hmm.
everyone, my friends are all are very very active volunteers in all the initiatives. So they are very much busy in many other non-profits, but for me somehow this pulled me again and again. So I was dedicatedly doing this, and in 2018, so in 2017 this happened December time, and in 2018 Feb, with the help of guidance from Suresh Kakalla, a visitor parent passed away in Virginia, and
Okay.
I remember, like, in 4 days, the remains has been sent to India.
Oh my God. From
Yes,
14 to 4 days. What a
yes,
transformation, right?
exactly. Yeah, right.
The
So
power
that
of community and power of networking.
exactly. So
Yeah.
that emotional satisfaction, that particular day, I felt so happy, and then like I felt like this is something I should do more. That is how it all started slowly.
Wow, what an inspiration and what a beautiful story. I'm
Yeah.
so glad that, rather than getting, dejected and sitting back saying that you can't do anything, you were like, okay, what can be done? And you rolled up your sleeves and figured out a way. And that's a beautiful start. And I'm really glad that you have a very good support system, like your friends, right? Who also
Exactly.
believe in the same thing and, they also want to be part of such an initiative. So I think my next question is definitely going towards that only. So since you said you started as a WhatsApp group, you had like four friends, but definitely over a period of 7 years since you started, this has grown immensely. Your team.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
like I'd like for you to tell us, like, could you share more about the mission and vision of Reaction Team? Like I also want to know, like, what are some of the most significant achievements or success stories of Reaction Team to date? And I'm sure now, since you've grown so big, right, like you will have to do some prioritization. So
Yeah.
how do you do, like, your team and you identify and prioritize the needs of the community it serves? So the reason I'm telling it as a bigger question is I want you to connect to the mission and impact, and then how you what are the achievements and how do you prioritize? I'd like for you to tell that.
Yeah, that's like, it's a brainstorming thing even for us today, like how to prioritize, what to prioritize. So the thing is, like, it's definitely now it is a team of like-minded volunteers, even though it's my vision and mission. So as soon as this has been done, so when the WhatsApp group, every issues like, everything, any distress, the mission and vision is like any Indian diaspora person in distress situations, we are going to give the supporting hand. That is the first mission and vision statement we are following. But it all started like, I don't know whether you have seen Kapir and a Singer movie in Tamil, and that's the baseline story of Reaction Team. So in that story, the director would have picturized very well how tough it is, when husband or a spouse who travel long way for the betterment of family, and if anything life is lost, how it is challenging to bring them back with all the challenges according to each country laws. So that is how, like, this mission and vision has started. First, the focus is to repatriate the human remains, to
Mm-hmm.
see the loved ones one last time, and it is vice versa too. We all came here, and the parents back home, if something happens, especially during pandemic times. I know, even remember a case during pandemic time, like, okay, so the mission statement. So we all started for repatriating human remains, and from there, like, all of a sudden, see, social media is like a knife. So social media, if it is in the hands of a warrior, it will protect people. If it is in the hands of a thief, it will kill people. So social media for me, I used it like a barrier. So anywhere in the world, I didn't see faces, but I connected with the people by pinging them if any issues happens. Likewise, similarly, what has happened is like, um, uh, there is a case in Dubai. So the relation is here. So they ping me in social media, like they are like, expecting a help from somewhere.
Okay.
So immediately some person tagged me in the social media saying that Lavanya Alagesan could help for this
Oh,
case.
nice. Okay.
Yeah, but at that time, it was a time like I was always going around and trying to connect people for this cause. So somehow through the networks, I connected a person in Dubai. Then, as soon as I connected a person in Dubai, a team is formed. Even a person who helped to repatriate actor Sri Devi's human remains,
Mm-hmm. From
I
Dubai to
found him
India. Oh,
actually. Yeah,
okay.
I found him, and he came
Oh,
to the
wow.
team. Yeah, Preetha, that's very much brainstorming question. So the vision and mission of Reaction Team is to support Indian diaspora during distress situations, but not limited to humanity grounds. So as you asked, like, how, what are the, but definitely it's a group, it's a team of like-minded volunteers. And today, whatever the milestone cases that I'm going to share, and if you come and ask the team who is very active, everyone have different stories to share this. They have got that many experience. So the first achievement of Reaction Team, the first milestone I could say is like, even though with the vision of starting thinking like only transporting the human remains back or repatriating it back has challenges. That's how it all started. But slowly in the Facebook, because in the WhatsApp group everyone started seeing the way and the dedication our team is working. And in Dubai, for one of the case, one of the person from US tagged me in social media. And as you said, social media is like a knife today. So in the warrior's hand, it will protect people or it will help people. But if it is in thieves' hand, it will kill people or it will, do some theft to the people in any form. So I feel like, it depends on how we are using it. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, I acted as like a barrier for social media to connect across the world. So when the case happened in Dubai, and definitely through network, there was an active person back in India. He's like my brother. So through him and through social media pinging, I found out, there are a group of like-minded volunteers, and even in that, I could see like, the person who transported to help actress Sri Devi's remains back joined our group. So that is how the powerful of social media is. That is how the power of digital world is. So I started from there, and Dubai team started forming, and it really awesome, Mr. Shivakumar from Dubai. He was an embassy preferred person from Indian diaspora, and being from southern part of India, from even from Tamil Nadu, we should feel proud because he is from Tamil Nadu, but helped many people across India to help even when they are getting like labor issues, detained issues, and even there is in human remains issues, everything. And he was doing the service for more than like 30 years. So I got a diamond person there like that.
Oh,
So
beautiful. You know, very nice. Such
yeah, so
a
one person I got.
experienced individual
Yes, yes.
who knows all the intricacies or the nuances involved in doing such a work. That is wonderful.
Yeah. So, and as you said, like US is still powerful, I could say. So, if US get cold, the rest of the world sneezes. That is a fact. I felt through reaction team. So, when you call from this place, everywhere, anywhere, there is a response. And
That
the
is wonderful.
response, yes,
There's
the
a lot of
response,
respect because you're
yes.
calling from United States.
Exactly. And they respect us a lot. They think like it is other side of the world, and people, someone calling from there is always respected. So it was easy to even work with the officials from rest of the world, everything. So that is how like Dubai team is formed. Then slowly and quiet issue came to us. So that quiet issue, and we found our quiet POC, Mr. Madi, Venkamadi, I could say. He is also like 30 years experience. So he is also basically from Tamil Nadu. So when we are from the same language, it was very easy for them to connect with us. And he was also a preferred person for Embassy of India who work for many issues of Indian diaspora like this. They are not only limited to southern part of India. So in Kuwait, if the issue is like always, the labor issues are there, especially for women. So the first milestone case in Kuwait, I could say, it's Sumati. You could have seen in many videos after she reached India. She went for a teacher job due to the family reasons, for the betterment of the family. But as soon as she went there, it was like lots of agents
Hmm.
there who doesn't tell the truth, and even they will be like, they will put something like, even the fake police will come and accredit them in India. They form a team like that actually.
Oh my
So
God.
these ladies will believe them, trust them, and then they will travel for thinking that it will be a teacher job. But it is not a teacher job for them. Even today, if you go online and check jobs in Kuwait, definitely you could see at least one post asking like we need teachers in Kuwait. But then after they leave, no, they join the work, they will be used like a labor people. And
So it's all completely fake, job posting.
yes,
To
exactly.
be,
There are fake agencies doing that for the money reasons. So now, like, what she did is like, and even if they are running to the embassy or anything, they have an agreement. They have to pay that money. So even no one can rescue them because they didn't check with our country or our government protocols before leaving. And as per the Kuwait law, that according to the local laws of the country, if the money is not paid, they cannot leave the resource.
so
So
they're
that
like
is the
basically
challenge.
stuck
So
there. They're like stuck there.
yes, they are stuck. So to get rescued from there, what ladies are doing this, they're harming themselves. So what Sumati did is like she jumped from a top floor
Oh
and
my
her
God.
backbone was broken,
Oh my
and
God.
she
So
was
she's
admitted in hospital. So that
completely
is,
bedridden, right? Because she
yes,
can't even
exactly.
move.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
But
God.
rather than being in that kind of scenario, she preferred to die. She preferred to harm
My
herself.
God.
So
That's
in
so
Kuwait,
sad.
this is frequently occurring actually. But I could salute Mr. Venkamati. He is helping a lot of cases like this there by helping, by joining hands with Indian embassies there. And this case came to me somehow, like, Sumati needs to be rescued back home. Then immediately, like, I worked with Venkamati, the very first case, and she came back to India very safely.
Oh
And
my
after
God.
that, there are lots of helps by Tamil Nadu NRT department. And she has been published in media. After that, she reached various resources because that is like start time for us. But for me, repatriating is one of the missions, so that is done. So I was happy with help of our Kuwait embassy, and not only that, our Kuwait embassy. There are two people who was emotional and got sentenced for death in prison, and he rescued them and sent back to India. He is
Oh,
quite
oh
inspiring.
wow. So
Yeah.
he was able to even convince the local authorities and save them. Oh
Yes,
my God.
exactly. See the trust they created with local authorities. See the trust they have created with our Indian officers. So they didn't expect back anything. They all are working full time. But
And this is
apart from that, they are doing it.
as a volunteering job.
Yeah, I could say like even Mr. Shivakumar and Mr. Venkamati, everyone acted for me like a great motivation and inspiration every time. And since I was pregnant at that time, I remember Mr. Venkamati has even invited me when the External Affairs Minister, Mr. Muralidharan, came there. I got a special invite, and even he put like for 15,000 people, like during August 15, in the name of me and reaction team, he through Indian embassy they told my name actually
Oh,
and
wow.
appreciated for the work done. That much he did actually. It's because he was inspired, and it is very quite thankful. I should be thankful for them. And additionally, like it was very inspiring and motivating for me. Like those people believe me, I'm doing something different, and I'm dedicating my time for this. So that is what they gave back to me for the work I did.
That
So
is
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
That's
right,
wonderful. I think it is
exactly.
all the effort paid off, I should say, definitely, that you're
Yeah.
able to connect with individuals all across the world who are
Yeah.
doing the similar service as you, so that
Yes.
more and more people can be helped in the process.
Yeah.
So now you told about repatriation is something which for you it's a higher priority, right? More than anything. So
Yes.
then
Right.
I want to jump into services. What are the other services? Like, I'd like to know more about the specific services and programs that is it by word of mouth? Or how do you ensure that this information is passed on? And I'd like to also delve into something. If you can just give me one example of a typical case or a situation that reaction team handles in any of the services. Like if you can walk us through the end-to-end process, that would be good.
So right now the process we are following is like definitely it is going through words of mouth a lot. That is one thing. And even if it is in us for any legal things or any other documentless issues or for all those kind of things, even sometimes government agencies like NRT department, the Indian embassies, they will route cases to us too. So that's how we are getting cases. That is the first thing. So the first protocol, as we grow, the organizational structure and the organizational operations is more important, right? Because as we grow many things because we don't know like where we are missing it. It's like in Bangalore all of a sudden every crowd came in and still the infrastructure is not ready.
That
That's how
is
it
true.
is.
The city grew up so fast, and they
Yeah,
are.
that's how
Uh,
it happened for reaction team. Like reaction team now it is visible to many people across the world. But based on the inflow, are we prepared? We are getting prepared in a very better way as days goes on, and on needy basis we are doing. And there are sometimes like some needy cases and some unique cases will come on our plate. That will be like it. It will not come again. It will not happen again. Those kind of cases are there. So the first protocol we are following is like right nowadays we are telling anyone who is coming to reaction team, send an official email to us through to contact at reactionteam.org. So whomsoever available or volunteers or anyone or our directors, anyone, they will pick the cases. So not only human remains repatriation. Right now, there are cases that is coming due to family issues. The women domestic violence issues are growing here. We are seeing the surge of Indian diaspora women's being abandoned and abused like anything here. So those kind of cases are growing up, and those things are coming up. So in those kind of cases, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an attorney. So there is a family advocate, Rohini is there, and there
who's
is a
part of your
person.
team? Who's part of
Yes,
your team? Okay, so
yes,
then you have a proper legal advisor to advise
yes,
them on what
right.
to do. Oh, that is wonderful.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay,
So that's how we follow. Because when there is an husband and wife issue in future, whatever if we say here, without this is law of land, right? If you are telling like something emotional in future, if they're reunited, husband may sue us too. That those kind of challenges are there. And the reason, like even taking volunteers, we are very careful, and we are not expanding much because being law of land, if somewhere something if you're handling like our country, that is a challenge. So first, like we have to educate ourselves properly. and then we have to expand our team. That is the thing we are following nowadays. So apart from human remains repatriation, this women supported we are doing. And apart from that, like, we are working on emergency travel assistance. And
Okay.
sometimes, like, very unique cases. As I said, like, I don't know whether you heard the case from Memphis where both the parents passed away, leaving American citizen child, 23 months old child. And when the biological family came back here, they are not able to take back the child back home due to some legal
Because
challenges.
they don't have a will or a trust, and they have not,
Exactly.
by the law, you need to have a will and the trust, and you need to write the
Exactly.
names of the people who will be the executor of that particular will or trust, and the child will only be given to the executor.
Exactly, you're right. But see, being very young couple, being the first kid, like 2 years, 3 years, no one even think of writing will interest because they are focused on settling, they are focused on earning, and they think that they are very young and they want to settle their families in a different way. So they don't even think of something will happen to them. And even I'm not able to spread out much because they all came for betterment. And in our customs, people will see, like, unlucky or not a predictable thing. And if I go and tell, like, in a community event or something, like, hey, this is all happened, this is what people will have, emotional training too. There are people who joined NRI emergency group and they told, like, it is so much emotional training for me to see a death case daily, so I'm moving out. So that those are the challenges we are seeing. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's emotionally for some people, right? If they can't handle the trauma, and they're seeing
exactly.
all the behind the scenes, whatever happens in order to send the dear and near ones, their remains back to India. It's a little traumatic unless you're strong in your mind, and I think it can be a little draining for some people. Uh,
Exactly. And additionally, I want to say is, like, midlife crisis is something growing in Indian diaspora, especially being in this land, because most of us is not focusing on health. And for example, if there is a discomfort, we are thinking like it is some other issues, and we are seeing, if summer means, we are seeing like a surge of people while playing after sports, they are getting collapsed. So in winter times and many other times, we are seeing the collapse of people due to heart attack or cardiac arrest. So the wives being very much dependent, they don't even know about the financial things of the husband, and they don't even connect back home because it is more than 10 years. And even if kids go back, that is not, like, good for them. All those things. Even we are supporting couple of women who is locally, who passed who lost the primary breadwinner. They are, like, studying, change to F1 visa, and they are studying here, and reaction team got sponsors for them.
oh my God, that is so
It
sweet.
is still 2 more semesters to go, but we should thank our immigration pro bono attorneys, Mrs. Kavita Ramasamy and Mrs. Mary Kennedy, who is trying to file green card on humanitarian basis for them. So among two ladies even got green card.
So that will be
Great.
so sweet. They can actually
Yeah,
continue to live here and
exactly.
seek an employment, and so they can continue with their life.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is really good. That is very commendable. And one of the things what you rightfully said also, with regards to understanding the financial situation of the household, I think it's a tradition also plays into the situation a lot. Traditionally in Indian households, I'm not saying today it was followed, but if you look 20, 30 years ago, it's always like the head of the family is the male, and he takes care of the entire household.
Exactly.
Nothing is discussed with the spouse, and the spouse is expected to run the family, take care of the children, and that's how the structure of the family was there. And even people, although they've come to United States and lived here for a long time, that seemed to be a thing they followed irrespective of the not being in India. And
Yeah.
I know a couple of my very good friends, actually they've taken this as a mission to educate women specifically from the Indian diaspora to how to understand the financial strength of your own family. You have to ask the
Exactly.
right questions to your spouse. like what basics, like, where all do you have your bank accounts? What is the user ID and password? And do you have at least my name listed on the account as a nominee, so that in the event if something occurs, God forbid, nothing should have happened, but if the name is not attached to the account, she can't even go back to the bank and say that,
Yeah,
this was my husband. You have to go through a whole nother process through the bank in order for you to gain access to the account. So
exactly.
this day and age, you would think that doesn't happen, but the truth of the matter is it does happen, especially in the Indian diaspora a lot, because the male is still considered to be the head of the family. The women should not know what about the financial, yeah, background about the family. She's just given the limited funds to run the family, and that's it. So I think, and I would encourage the women also to be very vocal about it and ask about it. And again, these are not just the homemakers who don't ask the question. I've known several cases wherein the lady of the house is working. Okay, she's working
Yeah,
full time.
yeah,
Her salary goes into a joint account, but she has no access to the account. And that was
exactly.
a little baffling for me. I was like, okay, that's your salary. You don't know. She says, no, it just goes. And then she's she doesn't have any control over where the money is being invested and what the bank balance is. She just gets some kind of an allowance on a monthly basis to spend for her own needs. Yeah, I know it is a little backward in the thinking, but when no, for nobody in this world tomorrow is promised.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we are all mortal beings. We are not immortal beings. We all are here for a very short duration. It can either be the husband or the wife. Somebody will go first. So we always have to consider that as well. So you're bringing up a right thing that we definitely need to think about educating the women about financial literacy in the family.
No, well said. Actually, even in reaction thing, we should put a pop-up about it because our complaints director, Mr. Jagajeevan Rajan, is working on with 6 women right now on the probate court things because they don't know the bank details, they don't know what are the assets. He is working, his full energy is going there whenever he gets time.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's right time to give awareness. Together, we should make a difference on that. Definitely.
absolutely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you. I know you have a lot of memorable stories and things that has happened since Reaction Team came into existence. So can you share just if I were to ask you like one which stands out, can you share a memorable experience or a story that involves, helping another person from the diaspora along with your volunteers?
Yeah, the recent memorable. So, if you ask year wise, I can give one story each.
Yeah.
But in 2024, the memorable story I could share is like a story that shows like humanity gives stands first. A story to be told where the U.S. government agency and Indian government agency to work together, who stood as a voice as for the voiceless child who want to reunite with his biological family. That is the story. Like I want to narrate a bit because it's like even if it comes as a movie, it will be an awakening thing. I know many would have seen like Norway versus Strategy movie.
Mm-hmm.
That is like a mom trying for the kid, but in this case, it is like even CPS is in favor of the biological family who all traveled all the way here, and maternal aunt has traveled here, climbing as a mom for the child. And the bonding between the child and the maternal aunt, is quite awesome because being from our tradition, not only from this tradition, even I could see like here in this country also, they are always connected to mom, sister, they are connected
Mm-hmm.
to dad's brother, everything. So the kid has seen the mom, sister like a mom when, and the kid also has witnessed, mom and dad being passed away through his eyes, and the kid has so much emotional trauma. Somehow I remember this happened in May 2022, and I think like in May 3rd, reaction team got an inquiry to repatriate the human remains. But on And GoFund is also getting raised for the kid is more than 300,000 plus dollars. And see, whenever GoFund is something I need to educate here. So always, definitely we are emotional. We want to help, and when both the important key people of the family passed away, we think that the money we are funding will be going back to the immediate family members who brings up the minor child, because two the first graduates of the both the families has passed away, and there is only 23 month old child was there, right? So when the GoFund always gets raised, based on the experience, we always get a warning sign inside. And definitely our secretary, Mr. Rajesh Jayashraj, he always spoke that thing, right? He will always make sure that, when fun things comes, whenever comes, he will put a right stop, right people should come in, there should be a process protocol. So we ask the local point of contact, like give us the family point of contact. Otherwise, because fund is raising in future, issues may come.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the person is not ready to give. And by May 5th, it has been told to us the employer is taking care of the remains repatriation. And since, the fund, the immediate family member part is not given, we were like, we don't want to get involved. We closed the group by giving whatever inputs, our immigration attorney, our team of like minded volunteers, everyone, whatever they want to jump emotionally, everything done, and we closed it. And even after that, they want to follow up on the kid, but we are very strong. And Mr. Rajesh took over the control on the whole team of ladies, like, no, no, we don't want to further go into this case. And I remember it is like in the July end 2022, I got a call from Tirchi Collectorate, back in India, asking
Mhm.
like one of the grandparent is coming, grandmother is coming daily and crying a lot, asking like, I want to be reunited with my grandchild. My daughter and my son-in-law passed away. She was crying, and I asked them, how did you get my number? And she said, I got through government agency. Then I was like little happy inside. Somehow our words are spread, at least in the government agencies like that. And then we want to check on that case, because already since we were involved in the case, we were like little cautious. So we told the maternal aunt came here. She is a single person, and she is the one who completed BE, but she don't have any exposure much outside of the world. And she came here to claim the kid. But the maternal aunt doesn't know anything. And meanwhile, another good-hearted family, they want to take back the kid. And unfortunately, like, about this family, because this family is not like very rich people, but they have lands, all those things, but not very rich. And these parents are both the people who come up. So there are lots of bad things, gossips about the maternal aunt, even before she landed here. So that, but see, that's what how community involvement, how network is important. Since one person started, since she is single, since one person started something bad about her, and it spreaded the whole community very badly, and no one is ready to hear. And whenever there is a child issue comes, and whenever the legal things get involved, no one from our community want to help. But at least providing a survival support, who came all the way back here, everything is important. And even I was surprised, like, there is no one to help her to get the passport, no one there to help to get the emergency visa. Who gave her emergency visa? She and her mother went and stood in front of the US embassy in Chennai, and they both cried a lot. And one of the officer, while crossing out, he saw them, and he told them like, hey, what happened? Then they showed this GoFund and told all this. Then immediately the officer told, this is kid related, definitely you should guys go, come tomorrow. And he granted visa in within 1 or 2 days.
Oh my
So,
God.
and she doesn't even know like there is a team existed, there is people like existed for help. So she ran around by herself, and they sold some property, whatever it is, for the money, everything. So when she came here, always, American government looks for the betterment of the kid, and the kid being an American citizen. So when some other family want to claim the kid, they see like an husband and wife both the sides. They didn't even think of what the immigration status, how she will survive. She cannot even work, all those things. But still, like until she came on May end and June, July, she was struggling. At the time she reached us, like it was in August first week. It was like she took an apartment because the legal system has told us, because if the kid want to come to her, she should have a home, she should have a driving license, she should have a medical, but she is in visitor visa, right? So the family and immigration part didn't work well. So by hearing, only couple of people helped her through some of her relations network. All other people was afraid, saying because their death itself like very much emotional draining for many people, and no one is ready to even help in the community, thinking that this is legal related stuff, this is this thing, and the gossip has already spread around, so everyone was like restricting even to help her. And luckily one elderly pair, she was looked by one elderly pair through this network, those Kala ma'am and Mr. Swami, and they took care of her very well. And they were also like not coming out much because they don't want, that's a small community like a village, Memphis, and they don't want to mess up with anyone, any relationship. So that is when the reaction team came in. But when I reached, one of our advisor is a great community leader, Mr. Nirajani Patel. Through him, I got another AAPI founder, Mr. Shambat Sivangi and all. Then finally, I reached him, and they asked, Mr. Sambat Shivangi asked me, you have to check the background of the girl, everything, to help. They'd want to make sure everything. And luckily, CGI Atlanta, Embassy, CGI
Mhm.
Atlanta, Mrs. Swati Kulkarni was the CGI, and Mrs. Mini Nair and Mr. Madan Kumar was assigned officers for this case. They totally got involved in the case, and they even traveled to Memphis to call all the community to support this girl, but no one turned up for them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was quite shocking, right? Because they were like, officers will come, we don't want to get any legal issues, so no one is ready to help. And even when I was reaching media and all, the gossips were spread around very badly. No one is ready to even put in media this story, because the family thought that, because until at the time for the 2 months, the kid, the maternal aunt, seeing the kid at a common place only for 1 hour, that too weekly once. So it was like everything is around her is mess, but she has a very strong determination inside. Like somehow this is my sister's child. He is the only one, and somehow she has so much emotional connection with the kid, and kid was also was having so much emotional connection with her. And I came to saw a video, came across a video where she came there, and she has taken the kid, and they are asking to leave the kid back, and the kid is not ready to leave her
Oh
emotionally.
my
So
God.
he was crying, more than a reaction team person, more than a community leader. And I have a toddler kid, right? At the time my kid was 3 years. I put my kid in that my place. If something happens to me, whether kid will go back to my family or in someone's hands, since everything is better. So I thought like that. Then it was like a mom's movement. It changed, and even Tamil Nadu government helped, Indian government helped, and the CPSU, one of our advisor, Mr. Balaji Prakash Rao, took legally signed up for the case. He totally get involved, and finally September 2022, there was a trial. Think of a girl who traveled like a rural kind of place, coming and sitting for a trial for more than 3 hours.
Oh my
And
God.
she faced the trial. But the thing is, she doesn't know how to talk, she doesn't know how to express. All these things, our reaction team advisors and us helped her many much. And then more than 3 hours after sitting, she got kids custody every weekend. That
Oh
is
my God.
one of,
That's a huge
yes,
transformation, right? Oh,
yes,
wow.
that is one of the thing. As a mom, more than reactionary person, as a mom, I felt personally very happy. Not only me, like our team also, because this is a kid involved case, and so many community members are restricting themselves. Even our team members, few people are hesitant little bit. They are like, do we need to do this? Do we need to go with this? And I was like, I've seen this video. No, as a mom, if I'm not standing for the kid and not for the family, at least for the kid has lost the parents and the kid want to see the mom's face in maternal land. So like, we should consider this. Then they are like, okay, you leave the case, this is challenges. And finally, like, that the weekend custody was granted, and she doesn't know here what even to buy. She, and as a mom, she took help of me, my family, and my kid also connected with that kid. All those things happened, and then the case was dragging. In 2023, she got youth court custody, but followed by that, for the adoption process, immediately the kid was like, the kid has to be in other place 1 week, here 1 week. It was like again dragging. Like, what is going on? And even like our Indian embassy was funding her for her survival support, because when she came to us within 2 months, she already lost 30 lakhs plus.
Oh
Yes,
my
it's
God, that's a lot of. Oh, wow.
yeah, yeah. She has identified a lawyer. She has paid for apartment. She came all the way here. Many things, and some, for some person, since no one helped, some person got involved. For them, she gave money. Something, she was like totally like, without the proper guidance and without proper things, she got stuck. Then slowly she also got confidence, and that emotional bonding of the kid and the maternal aunt was growing. And then like again it turned as a momentum, and that is where when Tamil Nadu government NRT welfare board is formed, and then they came into picture, and it even if the case went into the CM's eyes, and then it still dragged. And then in July, I remember it is in July 7, 2023, um, CJ Swati Kulkarni involved a local congressman in an invited reaction team to discuss on this case, and even NRT Welfare Board chairman was here, and he was also invited to discuss. And that day, the full custody came to maternal, and that turned
Oh
into
my
a
God.
celebration actually.
That is amazing. What a story, right? More than a year it's taken
Yeah.
to go through the process. I can only imagine the mental agony she went through
Yes.
and the child.
Yes.
And if not for all your support, I don't think she wouldn't have been able to, get custody of the child. And hopefully they are in India right now. I hope they're gone
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
And
She stood very strong emotionally, and even the kids stood strong, as a bond to the maternal, and that
oh,
turned the
very nice.
case.
That's a beautiful, beautiful story. That's
Yeah, and
definitely a.
again, it took 6 more months for her to evaluate, to give the process, everything. And in 2024, only she went back to India with the kid, because I never knew, like, an American citizen kid going back with a maternal aunt who is an Indian citizen, which is an achievement. And nowadays there are lots of stories coming up where, and due to family issues, mother is losing the custody of the child, and due to visa issues, there is a case even the mother left the child and went back to India.
Oh my God. Because
So this
she
thing
could
should
not
stop.
continue to stay here because the visa was expired.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, these kind of cases are coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been in this country for the last 25 years and been a citizen for like 15 years plus. So I'm definitely out of the, scenario where being a green card holder, like a H1 and all that. But I still
Yeah.
understand the pain many people, immigrants go through to get through that phase is like really, really heart-wrenching. But I'm
Yeah.
really thankful that you're there to help along with your volunteers. So that's a
Yeah.
really amazing thing.
Mhm.
So I think we've come to the last question I have for you. Okay, as final thoughts, um, what message would you like to share with our listeners who are passionate about making a difference in their communities?
Definitely. See, I know we all here came for betterment. Definitely, a family comes first. Apart from that, I could request everyone who is watching the show, yeah, work is always there for you. You have to work 24 bar 7 for your promotion. I understood. But even then, if you reduce and at least give 1 hour, the community give back. Definitely, the distress situation in your life, everyone in today's world, because we are nuclear families, we have so many things busy. There are people around us, many things turning greedy and at all. So I could request, like, in your life, if you have a depressed state of mind, or if you're feeling anything distress kind of situation, you feel like your line is very big, but come outside and start giving back, then you could see your line turned into a dot. You could see big big lines. So you feel blessed, like you have a place to live, you have a place to eat, and you're eating daily 3 times in a good way. All these things are itself a blessing in this world. You will realize that. So I could request, come out, give back to the community. And if you not doing it or helping others for others benefits, for your own benefit, please do that, and you will see an amazing huge difference in your life in a positive way.
That's a very beautiful way you said, because many people consider volunteering as helping others. It's actually quite the opposite. You're helping
Yeah,
yourself by volunteering, I always say,
ex-
because because you will be able to see the bigger picture.
exactly.
We all assume that our problems are a huge mountain, but then when we
Mhm.
go out and see the kind of issues faced by the other community members, we come to realize uh, ours is nothing as compared to what the rest of the world is going through. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lavanya, for sharing your inspiring journey and the impactful work of Reaction Team with us today.
Yeah.
It's truly amazing to hear about the difference you and your organization are making in the lives of many people. Your dedication to providing comprehensive support and assistance to those in need, especially within the Indian diaspora, is commendable. To our listeners, if you feel inspired by Lavanya's story and want to get involved or learn more about Reaction Team, be sure to visit their website at reactionteam.org. Remember, every effort, big or small, can make a significant impact in someone's life. Thank you all for tuning to Planet Forward with Preetha, Conversations for a Greener Future. Stay tuned for more enlightening conversations with remarkable individuals who are driving change and making our world a better place. Until next time, stay conscious, stay compassionate, and keep moving forward. Goodbye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Planet Forward with Preetha, Conversations for a Greener Future. Together, we're exploring the innovations and stories that inspire us to think and act for a sustainable world. If you're inspired by today's conversation and want to be part of this journey toward a greener future, make sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform. By subscribing, you'll never miss an episode filled with groundbreaking ideas and actionable solutions. Let's continue to make a difference, one episode at a time. I'm Preetha, reminding you to make every day count for our planet. Until next time, keep moving the planet forward.